Welcome. We're going to share with you a marketing system that'll give you the unique selling proposition. Everyone's promising the same thing to their prospects. We'll get you a mortgage. But in order to excel, you need to be distinct and different. And rather than offer the same as everyone else, how about letting your prospects know that you'll not only get them a mortgage, but you'll give them mortgage freedom? SmartEquity helps clients eliminate consumer debt and gives a direct roadmap for clients to pay off their mortgage in record time. This dramatically improves their beacon score so clients qualify for additional mortgages, investment properties, cottages, or just helping their children qualify for a mortgage. If you're able to help your clients improve their debt load, then you're providing a service that the banks won't even try to compete with you on. The banks are in the business of setting up clients with credit cards and lines of credits and home equity loans and encouraging them to use them because that's how they make their money. With SmartEquity, clients are given personal software with tutorials that help them manage all their debts, all their loans, including the mortgage, and more effectively so that they can actually end up reducing their cost of borrowing, resulting in tremendous savings. And then they talk to people about that. You become the expert by giving solutions they're not getting from anyone else. Studies show that most clients don't even know when their mortgage freedom date is. And what's the mortgage freedom date? A mortgage freedom date is the final date when a client no longer needs to make mortgage payments ever again. When will a mortgage finally be paid off? Most clients are shocked when they find out, if they take their current age and add on the remaining amortization left on their mortgage, to find out that they'll still be in their 70s and even 80 years of age by the time their mortgage is paid off. You can now change that. SmartEquity puts a client into autopilot to pay off their mortgage and all other debt in record time. The average savings is 16 years off the mortgage, and the average interest saves is just over $100,000, all accomplished without changing the household budget at all. This is not about one of those bi-weekly type programs. This well outperforms any type of bi-weekly program. You'll be a hero in the eyes of your clients and all the people that they refer to you. So how can you use SmartEquity to increase your income without increasing your workload? We've made the process so simple that a mortgage agent can be up and running within 24 hours, and we'll even show you. Step one, really all you need to do is send your clients an email. Here's an example of the email that you would send to your existing clients and any new clients that you have to save tens of thousands of dollars in unnecessary interest payments. In the email there's a link that's tracked back to you, so when the client takes action, you're notified. Give every potential client a handout that describes how the average mortgage holder spends an average of over $100,000 in unnecessary interest payments and how you can help them stop that. Then kick back, relax, and let us take care of the rest. Once the client is enrolled, customer care department will provide the link to the client to your custom portal, set them up on the software program, and show them how to track their progress. Every time the client uses the system to update and check their progress, your branding will be in front of them. What's also possible to do here is, rather than just branding yourself as well, when you deal with referral partners, realtors, financial advisors, other companies that you get referrals from for mortgage business, you can set up co-branding. So it would be your branding and the realtor, whoever you're dealing with, so when clients log in, they see the co-brand as well. And this would be a phenomenal tool, because if you're dealing with realtors, for example, if they're going to make sales to clients and refer them to a mortgage broker, of course they want the best for the client, but they also want to be able to market and stay in front of that client. So if you're the broker that's providing this for them and they're sending their referrals to you, and you've got a system set up where they're always in front of the clients, the same as yourself, then you're going to get the business. Now let's take a look at a case study. Shane Ballard got 4 things, as he describes, within 24 hours from sending out the sample email that he sent. First of all, he got, as he put it, 2 likes on Facebook, 1 new mortgage deal for $360,000. The SmartEquity plan was incorporated into the sale, and then he got from them a promise of referrals from that client. He also went on to say that he got 3 refi deals with a total funding of $912,600 within the first week. What we're going to do is I'm going to play in his own words as he describes his experience with the program.
Let's just say the first, let's point out the first thing. In the first 24 hours, I got my first deal. So as soon as we did the online video using my database, I got a deal in the first 24 hours. And it was a client that I did a mortgage for 2 years ago. With the Smart Equity program, 2 years ago we took a 25-year term. I ended up talking with him about what we could do with his situation. We ended up breaking his term. He paid a $6,000 penalty. He had 23 years left on his amortization. We did a refinance. We put all of his debts into the refinance, pulled out additional funds to put in a basement suite. At the end of the day, with the and then refinance on a 35-year amortization and implemented the Smart Equity program. The net effect at the end of the day is we increase the value of the real estate. We're going to be, because in a month's time that suite will be in place, and he will have $750 additional monthly revenue. We will also, when implementing the Smart Equity program, the effective rate is also down. We've reduced his payment by $142 a month, and also his payoff period is 21 years. So we're actually putting him ahead of the game with the Smart Equity program, and increased the value of his real estate. It's just been phenomenal. Right after that, I had another client that came to me. His renewal is in a 5-year renewal. He asked me what my best rate was, and we were doing through a 10-year term. I told him what we could do, 3.89, and if he proceeded to go to TD, and they matched the rate. From there, he came back and said, well, TD's matching the rate. Now if I go with you, I've got to pay legal fees. What else can you do? Well, that's when I brought in the Smart Equity. I said, well, hey, how about we actually pay this thing up? We do a 10-year term, and by the end of that 10-year term, you'll actually be mortgage-free. How does that sound? I signed them up. Yeah, and Mark was on that webinar with me and went over the intricate details of the system with some good clients of mine, and it was absolutely phenomenal, and I've got the business as a direct result of Smart Equity.
Very cool. So that kind of gives the highlights for 2 of those refi deals. There was a third one. What happened with that one?
Oh, that one there, I met with the client there yesterday. So it's just a small one, a $282,000 deal, but he was actually inside the bank when I called him on Friday with CIBC. He was actually being talking about the refinance and what rates he was going to do, and he actually flew in from Vancouver Island over to Vancouver to see me yesterday, and I sat down with him for almost 3.5 hours yesterday. Proceeded to go through the Smart Equity program and that with him, and I'm happy to say that late last night I submitted that deal to MCAP, and I should have that approval today, and before he goes back to the island, I will be meeting him this afternoon to sign that up.
Why is it working so well?
Why is it working so well? Because I'm ahead of the game with the bank. The banks cannot compete with me. I can actually, after 13 years of being in this business, I'm not afraid of anything in terms of getting beat by the banks. And I don't know how many deals over the 13 years that I have lost just because, like you said, a minuscule. Well, they use my approval to walk in here. This is what I got from my mortgage broker, and then next thing you know, well, we'll go underneath it by 1 base, 0.01, 0.02, and oh, you'll save on the legal fees. Well, when that happens, they got the business. That doesn't happen anymore.
So, if you want to help your clients save thousands in unnecessary interest payments, not have to compete with interest rates, make more money on each deal and increase your business from referrals, then go ahead and fill out the form and get all your questions answered. Thank you.